All right. Hello, Fight Insight podcast viewers. My name is Keana. I go by Cub Montenegro. And today I am the co-host for this podcast. And we are going to be having a chit chat with a very, very nice guy, very dangerous one, about a not so nice guy who doesn't look capable of any violence. So a little bit about myself. I am an amateur fighter. I have 10 fights, 8 wins, 2 losses. I fight out of Carlson Gracie Riverside in California, and I'm excited to be the co-host today. So, Tim, hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fight Insight Podcast.
All right, thank you very much, Cub. Our guest today is the reigning 2022 PFL Welterweight Champion and is currently on track to win the million once again. Born in Sweden and of Senegalese descent, this man went viral very quickly with his spinning wheel kick walk-off KO at PFL 6 just a few weeks ago. Do not adjust your television sets. This is not Denzel Washington. It is the Swedish Denzel. Everybody, please welcome to the podcast, Mr. Sadibou Sy.
Hey, I love the introduction. Thank you guys for having me. I'm happy to be here, and I hope you guys are good.
Hey, we are good. And Sadibou, before we started, Cub was mentioning you're all white on white background. Are you filming a music video?
I wish I was. No, I actually wish I was recording like a movie, like a real Denzel thing. But no, just home chilling.
Dang, looks like a palace. Looks very nice.
Do you have kids or no? Because everything looks really white and fresh. So I'm curious to know if you have children.
My wife and I, we're expecting our firstborn boy in September.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Enjoy those white walls while you can.
I will. Trust me.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That will probably not last long. Mr.
No.
Sadibou, one question I have to ask you, and I'm glad that you're at home. Do you get people, we've had other professional fighters talk to us about this, but do you get people mailing you stuff to sign?
Yep.
And
that's an easy answer. Yep.
That's cool. I haven't hit that level yet.
And can I ask, how do people figure that out? They mail it to your gym, or like, do you tell them, hey, mail it here? How does that work out?
I haven't received anything to the gym. I've received in my mail, and I've received like through social media, people asking me to send them stuff. It could be gear, it could be signed stuff. But I haven't had anything sent to the gym.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you this is because just before this podcast, I had a few boxes of the PFL 2022 card set. And one of the few special cards I got in my set, the Sadibou Sy red foil edition.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Look at that.
Sadibou, I could be a fellow millionaire if you sign this for me.
I'll sign it. 10 times over.
Look,
so
Cub,
you get 10 mils.
Cub, I will split the difference with you for being my co-host.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
That's good. Thank you. Sadibou, how is life, my friend? Viral knockout.
Yeah.
Are you doing good?
Yeah.
Man, I'm doing great. I cannot complain. Life is very good. Obviously, the season has started. The second fight of the regular season just finished like 2 weeks ago soon, and like when the season starts, like everything else starts to like matter less, and everything is like the focus for the season. So the training is been very well. I keep improving. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm just enjoying the ride, to be honest.
It's beautiful. You are my first ever PFL fighter on the show. This is episode 126. We've had UFC, 1FC, Bellator, but never a PFL athlete. So I have tons of questions to ask you.
Oh, perfect. Let's get it.
How are you loving the PFL? Like the environment, the feel, the look. Are you getting the respect that you deserve? Are you loving it?
I actually do, to be honest. So what I love with PFL is the structure. I love the format, and like you can look at it like there's obviously with anything and everything, you're gonna be able to see the pros and the cons, and knowing when you're gonna fight, having the opportunity to fight 4 times a year, having the opportunity to fight for that amazing purse, of course. All of that is amazing. But at the same time, it's very hectic. Like I just told you before, like I fought in April, mid-April, then I fight 9, 10 weeks after that, then I fight 8, 9 weeks after that, then I fight like a couple of weeks or 2, 3 months after that. So it's intense, and it can wear you down. But at the same time, if you're able to perform, if you're able to maintain, um, I believe that this format is amazing, and that's why I believe fighting in this format for a couple of years is why I've been growing so much as a fighter, I believe.
Yeah, because you're just active and active, right, Cub? Like
Yeah.
Cub has fought. Cub, I was looking at your record. You fought quite frequently as well over the last few years.
Yeah, and I get what he means. It's a lot of fun, but it definitely is a lot of wear and tear on the body. It's like some
It
people
is.
fight and they're like go in and out of fight camp, and as you get higher in the ranks, you kind of learn you can't fall out of fight camp. Like you're kind of in a forever fight camp, you know, because you have to be ready at all times. So
100%. Can I ask you how like are you far away from your weight where you fight at, or are you staying close to your fight weight?
And so typically I was a featherweight at 145er, and I'd walk around like 155, so not too bad. But I am now doing bantamweight, so learning how to walk around lower and closer to that weight. So the last one I did have a pretty rough weight cut because
Yeah.
there's a lot of more trial and error. But I feel like I learned so much more from every fight camp. So I feel like the next time come around I do bantamweight again, I'll be a lot more prepared.
Yeah, that's smart, and really listen to, like, no matter what anyone tells you, you're the one that actually has to get the weight off, and that's
Yes.
something that I've learned. So for me, it's even though I'm off season, so to speak, I'm always back in my mind thinking like, well, in 4 months I need to make weight. In 3 months I need to
Yes.
make so, and that's like almost like a sickness, I believe. But at the same time, that makes it. I'm thankful for it when it's actually time to start cutting weight and start dieting. That I actually can be able to stay closer to the diet instead of going up and down.
Yeah,
It definitely takes a lot in you. There's been times where, like, and when I'm younger, learning to fight in and out of fight camp, like when I'm in fight camp, I'm like, oh, I dread this, I want this and that. And then once I'm out of fight camp, I realize I'm like, I feel disgusting. I can't wait to be back into routine, back on a diet, back on a schedule. You know, when I'm out of fight
Yeah.
camp, I realize how much I miss it. So I'm like, why not just stay in a consistent fight camp? You know, and that's been doing so much better for me.
I'm the exact same.
Yeah, and the more like pros I meet when I learn, like that's the mindset of it. So me as an amateur waiting to go pro, I'm like, I have to start behaving as such, you know? So that's why this is very exciting too to chit chat with you about this.
So Sadibou, then it doesn't give you the opportunity to get fat like Patty Pimblett.
Yeah.
Like you cannot do that, right? Like you got to stay in shape but it's so bad for you, right? Like when you see athletes like that are like that, it balloon up like that. It's crazy. So, but I mean, the PFL, like you said, so it's hard. It takes discipline, but the benefits to your body down the road must be immense because there is no shifting and your mind is focused.
100%. If you're able to, like, mentally and physically, like, after each fight, be able to get back to it, get back on the diet, get back to the gym, start working out, like, it's crazy the shape that you actually are maintaining, and how much you can just maintain, and then a couple of weeks before the next fight, you just like adjust a couple of things to peak at the right point. But like I was not out of shape, but like after the season, I had a long like vacation, 7 weeks. Coming back was so hard. I told myself after the next championship, I'm not gonna be away for that long. Like it was hard, and also I'm getting up in age. I'm 36 years old, so even though I feel like I'm in my prime and I'm getting better, and you can see that in my performance, when I was 20, I didn't have to warm up. Like I could just go. Now my body's like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Warm up recovery, like all of that. So for me, I have to take care of my body.
Yeah. Cub, were you raising your hand? For the audio listeners, were you raising your hand because you're bragging because you're in your 20s?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I definitely
Nice.
get that. I know I have it good right now, but I need to definitely take care of my body so I can maintain,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, enjoy it, because I've always been that guy, like with friends, going on vacation for 2 weeks, whatever, eat whatever I want, and I lose weight, and the other people are like gaining a lot of weight, and they're so angry with me, right?
Yeah.
But it comes a time when the body is like, you know what?
Slow
You
down
now
there,
have to
cowboy.
think. So enjoy it while you can. And I will tell you to start getting the regimen and getting the routines down now already, because it will just be harder on you later on.
The biggest thing I found for accountability for myself is, in the meantime, because I also like to compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments. So when I'm not in like fight camp, I'll stay consistent and sign up for tournaments, because I'm like, hey, I still got to weigh in a few weeks for something,
Smart. That's
so I
smart.
use that for consistency.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
And Cub, we want to make our guest feel good as well. So Sadi, I will say to you, I'm in my 40 something, and I'll tell you, once I hit 40, my man, I can wake up and my back is broken, and it takes like you don't even know.
I heard rumors
enjoy
about
your
that.
30s. Enjoy your 30s.
I've heard rumors about that.
Yeah.
You just wake up and something just popped.
You're just like, oh, I guess my neck's like that for a week. I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, something crazy happened in PFL a few weeks ago, and I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah.
With the removal of Mr. Natan Schultz from the playoffs.
Yeah.
Cub, I don't know if you heard about this.
Mm-mm.
But this is where two guys were fighting, and it was crazy. I mean, they were like best friends, godfathers to each other's children, but they end up matching up in the tournament. They fight against each other. Some people will say it was more like a sparring fight. After it happens, PFL says in the PFL fight agreement, they agree to use their, quote, best efforts, skills, and abilities as a professional athlete to compete and defeat any opponent. As a result of that, they ended up kicking out both those guys out of the tournament. Natan Schultz loses his spot in the playoffs. Hurricane Shane Burgos goes in. Sadibou, I guess my question to you is, did you know that exists in your contract?
First and foremost, I did not know that existed. And just to clarify, all of that, what you said was correct, but they got suspended for this season only. So they're still in the PFL. They're still in the PFL, I believe, but they got suspended for this season. I did not know that it's like the contract was structured that way, but like obviously the promotion is like if you put on a fight, and that's the way to grow your business, by having exciting fights on. I understand that it's gonna be hard when you have those scenarios, right? And at the same time, obviously, I understand Nathan and Rush, who's are like you said, they are grandfathers to each other's kids and like best of friends. I didn't see the fight because I was actually just heading to the arena at the time, but people told me while the fight was going on, so I haven't seen it. So it's hard for me to actually comment on it since I don't have like a visual of how it looked.
Yeah.
But that's a hard. Like I think there's no right answer for that one.
It's definitely, hey, look, we've talked on this podcast many times about like Dana White or other organizations needing to draw a line in the sand when it comes to like people's behaviors and things like that. So this thing by PFL definitely sets the line for everybody and says you cannot coast, you cannot do anything. I mean, you got to go for Sadibou Sy style knockouts, right?
Yeah. So for me, like this was the first case like of a suspension of this sort, right? And so now it's up to us fighters and up to the promotion to be consistent. Now we know, okay, this is the way they're gonna act. So if you fight with someone that you do care about or whatever, make sure that either you step out before the fight or you go in and fight, because we've seen it happen now. So don't be surprised if it were to happen to you. Basically, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Sadibou, I feel like our dynamic here is very good. The three of us, let's just do a podcast every week. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
get
in.
this
call
set
it
up.
40, 30, 20.
I'm in.
Damn it. I don't like it. I don't like it. We'll change that.
Okay, we say 40 something.
40
40.
something. Yeah. Cub.
24.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Enjoy.
We'll get a mute button for her, Sadibou, so we don't have to listen to this nonsense. Sadibou, this is really good. I love you guys. Thank you so much for both coming because
Thank you for
like
having me.
yeah, because Cub is Cub is the first time co-host. I just met her through a mutual friend. So it's been great. But Cub, before I ask my last question to Sadibou, and Sadibou, I had a million questions for you. So I really do hope that you can come on again one time because we ran a little bit short.
I'm in no, like if you go as long as you want to go today, and then we can do another time. Like, no worries.
How about this, Cub? Do you mind if we spend all our time with Sadibou today and I'll bring you back for that other thing?
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I'm definitely in. So let's do that.
So Sadibou,
you guys decide.
Okay, so Sadibou, we'll keep you on for another 15 minutes or so. Is that okay? And then Cub's got to run.
Just go ahead.
All right, so let's do that. To clear things up, at the beginning in the intro, Cub had said we were going to talk to a really nice guy, and then we're going to talk about a bad guy. She wasn't saying you, so I just want to make sure that was clear. We weren't talking about you. Before we get on with some questions, though, I do want to give a shout out to the RageWorks Podcast Network. We're a part of that network, so you can find our podcast there. I want to thank everybody for showing up for this podcast. Please do follow and subscribe to us. Follow and subscribe to Mr. Sadibou Sy as well as Cub. Cub, you are at Cub_MMA.
Yes.
And Sadibou Sy.
How do you spell Cub?
CUB, like a little lion cub.
Okay.
So make sure you go follow her, Sadibou.
For sure.
And then at Sadibou Sy, that's where you are. And I do want to give a friends of the podcast shout out, Kate Batchick. She's a fighter out of GB Top Team in England. She was on our podcast. She was kicking ass over in Cage Warriors. Just today, she signed with Invicta Fighting Championship. So I want to give a shout out to her. She's amazing. So watch for her in Invicta. She's going to be cool. I do want to put this photo up. This is my good friend at my gym that I train at, Soul Fitness in Markham, Ontario, Canada. On the right-hand side, you'll see he's getting his first stripe on his belt, on his white belt for jiu-jitsu. So congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations to my buddy Jason. This guy, he is probably 40 something. And he picked up training later in life and he's been kicking ass. He's such a cool dude. So I was so happy to see that post just this morning as well. So I wanted to say hi to Jason and thanks, buddy.
I love that. That's so motivating and inspiring.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think he's got two kids. So his house is not white at all, Sadibou. And but he's got 2 kids. He picks it up later. He's always been a great guy, a great, training partner, everything. So congratulations to him. I want to say congrats, Jason. And then last thing before we get back to the interview, I do want to say next week on the podcast, our guest is going to be legendary MMA announcer TJ DeSantis. He's the guy that for like 7+ years was the main voice of Invicta Fighting Championships. So Mr. TJ DeSantis, I think he has a podcast now on UFC Fight Pass, but Mr. TJ DeSantis is on the podcast next week. So
nice. That's exciting.
Tune in for that.
Nice.
Sadibou. Okay, so Cub, what's your next question for Mr. Sadibou Sy?
Oh man, this is exciting.
His nickname? You want to get on that nickname?
Yeah, where did the nickname derive from? That's a very fun one.
That's like the timing of that is actually perfect because so I'll tell you why after I tell you how the nickname came about. So one of my best friends are in so we lived in Sweden together, then he moved to Canada and then from Canada to Vietnam, and he's an actor, right, and producer. So he wanted me a couple of years ago, I believe this was like 2016, to act in his movie. So he asked me, he was like, do you have the time to be in this movie? We'll create a role for you. I was like, yeah, of course. It's like one of my best friends, right? I was like, of course. He was like, okay, can you be here in Vietnam for like 2 months? I'm like, of course not. I have I have shit to do. I can't just be here for 2 months. Yeah. So they were like, okay, so come on for 10 days and we shoot. So we did it. And then long story short, we did the movie, and then I came back like maybe half a year later for the premiere of the movie, right? So it was the first time me seeing myself on the big screen, whatever. Fast forward 2 more years to 2018. I'm meeting up with the PFL team, the production team, before the season starts for them to get to know me and whatever. And they asked me the same question: where does this, or the movie and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I did 2 movies in Vietnam, and seeing myself on the big screen, I was so hyped. I was like, how it's gonna look, right? And
Superstar guy.
yeah, but the thing I thought I was like, it wasn't no Denzel, like, because Denzel is my favorite actor, right? And they started to laugh. And then before my first fight, walking out from nowhere, they was like, the Swedish Denzel, Sadibou Sy. I'm like, the Swedish what? I
So
had
they gave
no
you the
idea.
nickname.
They just
So
they just
they
did
gave
that.
it to me. Yeah.
That's
So, and then
great.
afterwards they called me up. They were like, yeah, you know, we just ran with it. Do you think we can use it, or do you want to like we understand if you don't want to use it? I'm like, go ahead, go with it. And now, for the first time since I moved to Vegas, yesterday, the guy, my friend from Vietnam, and his wife flew in from Vietnam. So they're actually here right now in Vegas today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow in Vegas with me, which is an amazing, so we have an amazing time.
So before
Awesome.
that nickname came about, was there like another nickname you were going by, or that you
Nope,
thought was gonna be coming?
nope,
You just didn't
nope. I
have one
didn't
at
have a
all.
nickname. I didn't
Okay,
have one.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's why
Do
I
you
feel
have a
like
nickname?
Sorry?
Do you have a nickname?
Cub, yes. So my real name is Keana, but my nickname is Cub, but it's more just like a family nickname growing up. My dad and sister are both Leos, which is like the lions of the zodiac. And then ever since I was little, I was very spunky and like to play fight. So I would like get on the couch and just like pounce on everyone like a little cub. I was always wanting to play fight when I was little. So
Oh, wow.
and then my mom, my whole living room, actually I can give you guys a little tour real quick. We
Yeah.
have lions all over the house. So there's lions
here we go.
over
Oh,
there.
wow.
We have different lion statues all over the house. My mom loves lions and like how they resemble power and strength and leadership. So because of all of that, and then I have this crazy lion mane. So they've always just called me Cub since I was little. So when
Love
we were
it.
looking for a fighter name, they just started calling me Cub and we rolled with it.
Love it.
I'm going to
Uh-oh.
one up you, Cub. Hold on, she might have glitched out here for a second, but is she back yet? Hold on.
Yeah, I can just see her hand is frozen.
Okay, hello.
There you
Yeah,
go.
she's back.
There you
We're all
go.
back together.
You're back.
Hello, friends. We're reunited.
All right, here we go. All right,
so,
I'm gonna one up you, Cub, because I'm gonna show you an actual baby cub. Here's my little guy, Evie.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's a cutie.
Oh wow!
Just got her
Wow.
4 or 5 weeks ago. Just got her.
Oh,
Amazing.
the
Bless
little
you.
mittens.
Yeah, the little white mittens. Yeah.
So,
Can
I
you
have a
just
question. Sorry, go ahead.
if you were to, or if I were to just now, and here's the real lion. Like, could you
I know,
imagine?
we all just gotta one up
Right?
each other. Everyone just one up each other.
Yeah.
But the movie thing is interesting. So
Yeah.
that was your first time ever like filming or doing anything like acting?
So I've done like small things nothing major, and no like real movie or something like that, just like advertising and stuff like that where you record videos and stuff. But this was actually a movie, and I was playing against my best friend, which was amazing. So it was so much fun.
So does that come natural for you when you have to like film either an advertisement or a movie? Because for myself personally, it took time. If I'm like doing a sponsorship video, 50 takes or whatnot, just awkward, just this and that. Does this come natural for you?
So I wouldn't say that it comes natural, but I think that it becomes easier and easier in terms of knowing what think that I know what they want, and also getting more comfortable in that like setting, so to speak. And I started doing small like modeling stuff when I was younger as well. So I always enjoyed being behind the camera, so to speak, or in front of the camera. I don't know how whatever. But like I believe that I get better at it with experience, I guess.
That's awesome. Man, you've got the look, you've got the attitude, you got the person. I mean, as long as you're playing a nice guy, I see
Of
like
course.
you could do it no problem. But I mean, I could see you being the bad guy as well. Like I could see you.
I was the bad guy in both. I did 2 movies in Vietnam, and I was the bad guy in both movies actually.
Okay, well, hold on. People will kill me if I don't ask. What are the names of the movies?
So the first movie is called Saigon Bodyguards. That's the movie that I did with my friend. And the second movie is called Sam Hoy. And that movie, I believe it like they had like last year they had like the premiere for that. So it was like it took a long time for the movie to get finalized. I did that around 2017 or something like that, or the other one 2016.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Sometimes they film
Yeah,
things and it takes forever
yeah,
for them to
yeah, yeah,
come out. Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. We had action movie star Juju Chanzito on the podcast way back. She's like a action movie star martial artist.
Yeah.
She's kick ass, man. If I could ever get you two in a movie together, that's gonna be my favorite
I've
movie
always
for
said that's
sure.
something on
Okay,
my
now.
bucket list. Even if I'm a little extra in the background, hitting a bag, not saying a word, I'm like, I think that'd be so cool one day to get to do that.
You'll get in.
Nice, nice.
We are all best friends now. It's happening. Sadibou's gonna
We're
Yes.
here
he
now.
just
This is the trio.
40, 30, 20.
40, 30, 20.
40,
The
30,
crew is
20, that's our
together.
trio name.
Yeah.
Mr. Sadibou Sy, I know you have to go soon. Cub has to go soon. So I'll save the questions about Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou for next time, because obviously I want to know like how that all is working out.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Time flies by when you're having fun. I'm so sad we're
it really
already done.
this podcast is going so quick. Okay.
No, so easy, so easy. I love to share it with you guys.
No, you're a great guy. And I'm going to get your address later for my $1 million card. So Sadibou, there's a question that I've been asking all my guests for the last several months. Again, this is episode 126. Been asking everybody. This is a question that my mom used to ask me as I was growing up. She would ask it to me, I think, like almost every day. So I'm going to ask it to you, my friend. Sadibou Sy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
12.
Dang.
Love
All right.
that. I love that.
Would you like to expand upon it?
I'm right now. I'm in Vegas. I made the move to Vegas. I have my wife. We're expecting our firstborn kid. My training and everything in that, like, that has to have with the training and the fighting, has gone like so good. I'm on a 6-fight winning streak. I just became the champion, and right now I believe I love PFL. PFL love me. Like, I have no complaints. I'm improving. My family is healthy. I'm healthy. Like, I have no complaints whatsoever.
I have
I'm
a
so
quick
happy for you.
question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was born and raised in Vegas. What part did you move to?
So I live close to. Do you know Buffalo and Pebble? Close to Blue Diamond, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Just curious. I was born
Yeah.
in
Where did
Summerlin,
you grow up?
I was born in Summerlin, and then I grew up all around. I lived like near like Aliante, North Las Vegas. I lived on the east side. I lived out there to my freshman year, but I live in California now. So I'm just curious which part you were in.
Gotcha.
So.
Very nice. Sadibou, next time we will see you, aside from on our podcast, next time that people will see you fighting, I believe, is here, right? This is Wednesday, August 23rd. This is the next event. This is the next playoffs. You can go on screen. I'm showing it here, but it's going to be the theater at Madison Square Garden. It's the welterweight semifinals, Wednesday, August 23rd. You can buy tickets for 25% off. Use code SSY. Sadibou, that's where you're going to be, my friend. You're going to be kicking ass.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. I'm facing a guy that I beat in the semifinals last season. I believe he's better. I believe I'm better, and I'm looking forward to it.
It is going to be amazing.
Exciting.
Before we let you go, is there anything that you want to say to fans, viewers, and listeners of the podcast?
Man, just tune in for that fight because right now I believe I'm on a tear, and I won't stop. I can't stop. So if you don't tune in, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah, and tune in early, because you will finish the fight quick, and you don't want to
believe
miss
so
it.
too.
You
I
know what
believe
mean?
so too. Yes, sir.
Right,
I believe so too.
There is Cub, and she has gone on to a black screen. We'll give her a couple seconds. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Cub, before we go, is there anything that you want to say to fans, viewers, and listeners of the podcast?
No, just that hopefully everyone tunes in for the next one. We have a really fun, exciting topic to talk about with some Instagram mess we saw went down. Is Mr. Sadibou, is he familiar with what we were going to talk about originally?
No, he has no idea.
Okay, it's gonna be a fun topic. There's an Instagram troll that he and I coincidentally both came across, and it's a very fun topic of a guy who's very anti-woman, He-Man hater club of women in martial arts. So it's gonna be a really fun topic, and I'd love to hear your standpoint on it. So this is a fun group. So I just hope all the viewers watching hop in for that next one, because I think there's gonna be a lot of laughing.
Yeah. We'll talk about again. Sadibou, it's a guy who runs a Muay Thai gym, and he literally goes public and says how women shouldn't train, and that he's turning his gym into an all-male gym, and it just
all-male gym. Women
boom.
are hard to train, and it's their fault, and it's too hard with them with weight cuts because of menstruation, and they'd have no work ethic and whatnot. And so we have a lot to say on this topic.
They're too emotional. Dude just went hard in the paint.
We're too emotional, and we're very dependent on our coaches and
emotionally.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he must be loved right now. He must be loved right now.
I'm like,
I bet if you ask him the same question about how happy he's in life, 1 to 10, I would want to hear his answer.
Yeah, it's going to be some sort of negative number, Sadibou.
Yeah, because you can't be thriving in life and being like, oh, I'm a happy person, and just putting that sort of thing out there.
No.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no, it is
definitely
crazy. Guys, I know I've kept you both longer than I should have, but thank you so much.
No
everybody, thank you for watching the podcast. We will do this again. We will get the 40, 30, 20 back. And
exactly.
Sadibou, good luck in your fight if we don't talk before that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast. Our very first
Appreciate
PFL.
you having me on, and we'll talk soon, guys.
We will. Thank you,
Thank
Cub.
you, guys.
Cub, you're the best.
Everyone.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
See everybody.